Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Unification casts this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 3 versus 3 on Constellation. Playing on Team 2, we've got Gab PR as the Thousand Suns, we've got Shadow Monarch as the Tau Empire, and we've got Archangel playing as the Space Wolves. Whereas on Team number 1, we have got Eri 7889 playing as the Night Lords, we've got Kukan playing as the Fallen Angels, and we've got Huntington playing as the Praetorians. So ask and ye shall receive. I did say the other day I want to see more Space Wolf games, because they are now a viable and pliable faction. And so we'll just see what they do. Although, interestingly enough, they are teamed up with the Thousand Suns. I'm fairly certain that they've made plenty of friends since that one time where Lehman Russ had to send his legion to beat up some buck nerds and arrest their Primarch. But that's okay. Water under the bridge, as they say. Already got Eri with his Raptor Scouts coming over and having a little bit of a cheeky sneak peek over here. And actually, against the Space Wolves, the Raptor Scouts might actually be quite useful, considering they're quite reliant on their Iron Priests to nick some scrap early on in the game. We are going to see some Grey Slayers out straight away, as well as a third Iron Priest. And these guys can deep strike in and nick all the scrap in the world. Got some Furies as well. When these guys die, they do inspire the Night Lords to further acts of, well, I mean, they restore the morale, which is, I think, is personally the most hilarious thing I've ever heard in the game. Iron Priests will come in for defensive reasons, and the aggression is on, as the Iron Priests are chased around the Hall of Knowledge. More that this can be denied, the slower the economy is for the Space Wolves. The Raptors are quite fragile. They do not like a fair fight, and they will fall back as the Grey Slayers go about capping their stuff. Now, do you still have your... The Space Wolves used to start with one model for capping reasons, but I guess that's been taken away. Or it's been killed. Or, oh no, you've been sent straight to the Relic. There we go, no messing around. So this map, I think the last time we saw this map was when we had that... Oh, was it the Imperial Guard versus Tyranids? That faction war before the big patch update dropped. And yeah, so if you remember that game, essentially whoever controls the centre is a happy bunny, kind of like the game that we saw yesterday on Rockclaw Foothills. Sorcerer Lord rocking on over, throwing a big old boom over onto those Blood Axe mercenaries, going for that critical demon summoning. A very popular spellbook for the Sorcerer Lord. Basically just summon something and let the AI do its work, or just air move it. Less micro that way, so very new player friendly. If you're a new player and very interested in playing the Thousand Suns, highly recommend that spellbook. Above all others, I have that or the Malefica Palverni one, just because throwing fireballs around is always good fun. Hawks are not going to be having a good old time with this, although they have got the big shooters on the go. A good mixture of irregulars, blood mercs, and some conscripts, or some convicts even, coming in some good old stabs on the flanks. That Sorcerer Lord, but Sorcerer Lord is quite the beast in close combat. Loves to run away. Over here, the Raptor Scouts are getting some kills in. Looks like they've... I mean, actually, no, that's probably not the death of the Tower Builder. No, you're over here. After all, the Tower Builder does not leave a red smear on the floor, as there's no red inside a Tower Builder. As far as I understand, the Raptors... Very quite interesting, because he normally plays the Imperial Fists, or quite a slow, meandering faction. So this is quite the switch up for him. I wonder if he's going to play a little bit more, because he is quite good at figuring out optimal builds from what I've seen from him. We're very excited to see what he can pull out from the bag of his the impressive tricks, shall we say, the Zealots for the Fallen Angels going forward. These are kind of like your Imperial Guard kind of units for the Fallen Angels. They're kind of like a hybrid between the two in the early games, tapering off into a more Space Marine kind of thing later on. If I'm understanding the unit roster of the Fallen Angels, I could be wrong. Maybe I just need to believe in himself more. Maybe just more confidence. If I just say things, things will manifest. As you can see, the Sorcerer Lord regen back to more or less full health. Now going to go for a Seeing Skull. I can never remember what Seeing Skull does. We'll have to check the tooltips for him later if we do spot him. Captain is inside the base, and the Tower Commander is trying to fly away, but these guys are also pretty good at keeping on top of mobile enemies. I've gone for Tower Barracks, mate. Been regretting that choice, mate. We'll have preferred to have gone for the Recruit Shaping Centre, as the Tower have been updated. And so now we get the Tower units from the Tower Barracks, and Recruit units from the Recruit Shaping Centre, or non-Tower units, should I say. I believe that you get the Vespids from there as well. Tower Commander now also spawns from the Cadre headquarters, no matter which one you build first. We're going to build that first. But the Fire Warriors will be able to shoot them down relatively quickly. So that's keeping on their push into the centre. Double Warp Smiths as well from Kukan, sorting out the Silver Spire. As the Grey Slayers, I mean, are you just... Yeah, you're just building up all your economy. It's fair enough.
No, you gave us understood, sir.
Would love to see the Space Wolves in the late game, seeing if they can bring on their Titans. I don't think we've ever seen a Space Wolf Titan in a game like this. So, fun in the sun with your mum, as they say. But next with their big shooters being shot up by the Silver Spire. We are seeing some more summoning nonsense. If the Sorcerer Lord can just let the man cook. I mean, Welsh. Well, the Welsh have got no respect for book learning, I imagine. Captain has fallen back from the Tau Empire's base. Now I've got the Wolf Lord joining the Grey Slayers. Although, dear oh dear, booby trap point. Yeah, that's a problem. You can't really decap the Space Wolves points relatively easily, as it does basically kill quite a lot of you. But you can basically move your commander in there and just walk him around, and that will destroy a lot of it. As mines tend to destroy themselves when you walk on them. So it kind of works out if you don't mind losing a bit of health. So it's now capturing the critical location in the centre. And at the moment, it's all even Stevens in regards to map control. We're doing alright both sides. Ruben Marines have yet to get their aspiring sorcerer, as they do require a Dark Library. Are a bit naff until they get that aspiring sorcerer. Their accuracy is quite low, but when they get that bad boy in their ranks, they are a lot more useful. Less at Zinch spawn being shot up, or at least screening these guys away for the short while. The centre is falling to the southern team. Another. Or was that the same minefield? Who knows? Got the Raptor squads. Also the Wolf Lord using some sort of divine light to inspire his lads. Double Raptors now, so these aren't just your regular Scout Raptors, these are the big boys. And have they got flamers? No, it's the Grey Wolves that have got Grey Wolves. Get my factions mixed up. The Space Wolves have got a flamer and a plasma gun. Quite low on numbers. They will fall back to the protectioners of the Tau, and they've got triple Fire Warriors here. I do quite like how he's gone for a selection of smaller units rather than one big unit. That way, when there's these guys jumping on top of them, they can separate themselves and still get a couple of shots off. At the very least, Harry now consolidating his hold over into the centre here, and I imagine they'll just want to chill out. But to be fair, I think the whole of the Southern team, now that they've got this whole centre thing down, they can just play a bit of a defensive game. Quick tier 2 from Gampier, he's going straight for that Hellblade. And that'll be flying on over. Now, would it be an idea to use a Hellblade in the centre to try and recapture these things? Or to bring the Hellblade down over here, destroy some of the economy buildings, and then force some of these units to go back home for defensive reasons? That is what I'm umming and ahhing about. Ruben Marines have gone for quadruple Inferno bolt ammunitions. It's relatively cheap. I mean, quite high on the blue, on the green money, sorry, for 20, but cheap on the blue money for 25. That helps them kill infantry and stuff. Quite good. Here comes the Space Wolves. With, I think they've gone just for a massive combination of... Oh no, they've gone for a couple of plasma guns on their Stormclaws, which are the close combat oriented versions of their units. I don't think they've got any jumping assault units. I think they're all just slow walking over to you kind of guys. But the Raptors, they'll jump in. They don't mind, and they've got plenty of firing support to take these guys on. So the Space Wolves are not going to be enjoying this whatsoever. They do have a flanking force of Thousand Suns coming over. They have now actually got their Aspiring Sorcerer. Also be able to throw down some Psychic Bolts as well. Double Hellblades, able to take on the Plasma Guns turrets. And also got some Fire Warrior teams and some stealth suit teams walking on over. Night Lords falling back, taking a bit of a beating. Space Wolves might want to come back on over and assist their allies. Sentry Post on the left-hand side falling down. We've got the Nephilim jet fighter from the Fallen Angels as well, flying on over, but I don't think they'll be winning a engagement against the Hellblades. Hellblades are ideal at taking out other aircraft. And they're not too bad at taking out infantry, to be fair. But the Havoc veterans, all armed with missile launchers, perfect for sniping out those Hellblades. And just a whole fleet of spacey, wolfy boys making their way down and over. And like that, that titanic hold on the centre has broken very quickly. Yeah, the Night Lords not really known for their defensive plays here. And, I mean, we've got the anti-tank team. and a couple of regulars, but not enough orky, shooty goodness from the Praetorians at the moment to aid in their defence. Are you going for a quick... well, not a quick tier 2, but I mean, you are in tier 2. But not seeing much of the Praetorians at this present moment in time. But the Raptors with their melter guns, also with these anti-tank teams as well. So no vehicles will be holding sway in the centre for a little while at the very least. Like I said, I don't think the Hellblades should really be setting up too much in the centre. Their mobility should be better used elsewhere. Raptors jumping straight into the middle and attempting to slap around these Fire Warriors, but being really quickly brought down, activating their Fury against the weak. I will never remember the ability name for that. But yeah, that's not what you want to do when you've got a million people firing at you. And the Havoc Raptor, the Havoc veterans even. I mean, they've gone for a lot of Reaper auto cannons, which in theory should kill heavy infantry pretty quickly, but there is a lot of heavy infantry to kill. Stormclaws, quite beefy boys. The old triple Bs, as they say. Got the power axes, but I mean, as the Wolf Lords even joined you, you should probably attach that Wolf Lord too, yeah, as that will increase their morale. I suppose maybe the plan was to get them involved, separate them, and then tie up 2 different units at the same time. It's fair enough. Over here, we've got a little bit of an engagement. Irregulars. Yep, you're not living very long, are you? Bless them. They're trying the best, but the best was not good enough. There's a Predator from Gampiat. And all the actions happening in the centre. An Iron Priest. I assume it's an Iron Priest. No, it's not. You are indeed a Wolf Priest instead. Because everything in the Space Wolves army needs the noun, the wolf in there. Otherwise, is it really a unit? Oh, I may as well actually swap to the tower just so we can actually see the TY7 Devilfish troop carriers. Not sure how these are different from your regular Devilfish troop carriers, or whether that's just a flavour change of the name. I assume that's the case. I don't really see much on their stats being changed, but Shadow Monarch, a wonderful idea. Anyone tries to snag your Fire Warriors like those Night Lords, just jump inside that, and they've got a vision at the moment. They can't really spot them. Although I suppose the Furies can spot infiltrated units. With Standard Bearer, which is what the Fallen Angels use to increase their squad caps. Always risky to put them on the front lines, but they do, I think, as well. I mean, they've got plasma pistols. That's always good to have in a unit. Also not terrible in close combat neither. Yeah, I mean, look at that. 54 and 61. Quite decent. Also, bringing forth a Terminus on the front lines. Rhino transports as well. Got my Thermo Plasma Dynamo. So definitely going to have some good economy on the go. But dear oh dear, Praetorians having the best time. Trying to go for tier 3. They've got their Sniper Scout Major on the sides, but on his own, actually, will he be able to... We do have a cheeky rocket launcher coming on the side. Also got the bombardments coming in from the regimental statues as well, so one whole squad wipe there. That is not what the Thousand Sons wanted at all. We also do have the Night Lords coming round on the right-hand side, so the whole army being in the centre. These guys are going to really struggle defending. They've got, in saying that, they've got a fair few... What to be, that's crypto guns then. All right, boys, fire the Bitcoin. The frosty Bitcoin. But all these guys, you can see the power weapons on them. Triple power weapons, in fact. So no trouble whatsoever. We're killing these things quite quickly. Also, these Space Wolves would normally have their things defended by all these being infiltrated, but those Furies coming in clutch here. So these guys are going to run backwards. We've got some wolves. Got some actual dogs this time. Go in there. Oh, he's got a little shoulder pad. That's lovely. Go on, dog puppers. Wolf nippers. Go and get them. Not doing very well, are they? No. Oh, don't kill the dogs. Well, I suppose Night Lords are the baddies. But like proper baddies. It's not like they're justified in their badness. They're just bad because they are. I mean, what is it that their blooming ranks are filled with men who've committed thievery, murder, and the naughty things that I can't probably say in a video. But yes, Definitely not great. Have you got some more? Oh, you've got another one over here. Right, that's why you've not been kicked out of the game. Good stuff. So plenty of economy for them. And the Praetorians have defended quite well with their anti-tank guns. Oh, you're not just anti-tanks, you also have a mortar team as well. I do quite like the Praetorian heavy weapons teams. I think I mentioned this in yesterday's video in regards to the Vraxian heavy weapons teams, where and also comparing them to Steel Legion and all that stuff. These guys just come out and they've already got all their stuff online. Just need to basically increase their number. It's just that they've got less flexibility. But if you want something out in a quick snap, that's the thing for you. Whirlwind there is remarkably accurate. Dare I say, probably the most accurate whirlwind in the game. Which is what you want in your artillery. Although they can only get one, so you can't spam out the artillery. Scarabacot Terminators and the Sekhmet Cabal Terminators. Say those names 10 times fast. Yeah, they're not going to be easy ones to shuffle off. Oh my goodness, you're like the Jabberwockies? No, not that. That's blooming a completely different franchise. The blooming. I've mentioned this every single time I see the Dark Angels or Fall Angels, but that thing there, dudes from Star Wars. Look at the speed on these boys. My goodness, their Supreme Sorcerer activating their translucent chromographing location sorting out spell. That's the name of it. That is actually the name of that spell. Fact check me in the comments, I don't care. Tank Commander Vanquisher. I mean, just look at the late game vehicles of the Praetorians. Once they survive that early game, double Predators being sorted out rapidly. You can with the Vindicators, or even a Vindicator cannot take out all these mad lads. Yeah, that'll be quite a dangerous thing for them to sort out. The Night Lords, though, continuing their pillaging and burning of all sorts of nasties of the XV-88 broadside battlesuit. Won't be doing much against these guys, though. And actually, it's probably not what you want against a Warp Talon squad. I mean, just look how expensive these guys are. Oh no, am I getting them confused? 80 and 10, they're still quite expensive, but not as expensive as I remember them. So I'm getting them confused with a different squad. But yeah, just pure Raptors, baby. All that messing around. And the great wolf people, the doodads, they're thinking, okay, well, you might be able to bash buildings over here. We believe in our Tau ally to defend himself. It's going to go for a whole bunch of Delphish troop carriers. There are no Furies left to spot them. And so they're just going to go in and see if they can... Oh no, they're going to turn back. Cowards! Cowards indeed. Lovely artillery from the Praetorians. The tank commander being surrounded by the unwashed masses of the convicts. But these guys are so fast at repairing things. It just shows that prisoner labour is quite an efficient tool in the theatres of war. But then again, when they're blown up by that devilishly accurate whirlwind, it's not a happy time for them. Happy time for them at all. Here comes a Lehman Russ battle tank, a whirlwind of their own from the Fallen Angels, and I think that the Terminators may have been off a little bit more than they can chew. Mind you, that tank commander is about to go down. Not bringing out any more vehicles, not at the moment from Huntington. Incredible Rubik Dreadnought with its las cannon, seeking to take out anything more vehicular in nature. It does seem that the... Oh, we've all gone invisible now. That's going to be really unfortunate for the Northern team. But the Space Wolves have came to defend their Tau ally. But yeah, we'll need to make vision a high priority for team number 2 on the northern side. Cannot allow those Night Lords any kind of space to go through your stuff. And actually, we'll probably need to now swap over to the Night Lords so we can see what their stuff is all about. Stormclaws on their own can go toe-to-toe with one squad of Raptors. And a fair few of them are quite low on models at the moment, so we'll probably fall back, regain their numbers. And really quickly, let's have a quick economy check. 120 and 78. 189 and 28 and 91 and 65 compared to 198 and 140, 86 and 59 and bloody hell, 192 and 62. That's an economy the Space Wolves have never seen in a PvP game whatsoever. But they've got the Wolves, they've got the coin, and yeah, excellent stuff. So the Raptors, what's your plan at the moment? Don't think you can go toe-to-toe with these guys. But you probably need to get something more substantial in the field. And for an obliterator squad, that's a good idea. But can you keep it defended from the actual wolves and the Stormclaws? Keep them firing. Summon team is making a push onto the middle of the map. Got to bear in mind as well that they are relics and critical locations up for grabs. Down here, the Night Lords have got access to this critical location. And, alright, they're going to go for an engagement. Without firing support, I don't think the Raptors are going to win this, though. A bit of a dynamic. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Wolves over here just chilling out. Although they will quickly... Oh, look at how they pounce. Well, not pounce, the prance is probably the word I want to use here. Here they come. Looking for their dinner. Great Slayers. Got armour. They're not like the lightly armoured infantry like the Raptors would probably want to try and take on. Got the obliterators coming in. I don't think this is where they want to be. No, they've got no teleport out there. Oh dear, oh dear. I know they have got teleport, but they are dead before they can use it. There's a little bit of a delay before they're able to activate it. And who are you? Oh, I see. Oh, that's nice. So when you deep strike something in, the Stormclaw has a little bit of a fiery thing on it. That's pretty cool. I like that. Another engagement going on over here. Good lord, there's so many things going on this map. Do apologise if I'm missing any critical key engagements going on here, but such is the way of a 3v3. Mutilators for Kukan. First combat orientated version of the Obliterators of standard Chaos factions. Hellblades down in the centre. And Zealots forming a nice meaty padding for the Fallen Angels here. Have you got a decent amount of your... Yeah, you've got plenty of anchorages. Yep. So you'll be able to be getting all that fresh research rapidly, which is what the Fallen Angels special faction mechanic is all about. Tank Commander's still there. Still getting the repairs, getting his MOT sorted out. And the Space Wolves, they have decided that this is where they come in. Got the Atramenta. But Atramenta alone aren't going to be winning this. Will need some support from their allies. They are going to get some though. The Fallen Angels got their own Raptor veterans. And the Zealots coming in. But we've also got a whole smorgasbord of Horrors of Zinch. Gab world famous, I would say, for doing the cheeky Horrors of Zinch flanking play. They'll just sit on his paunches, get his economy massively up online, and then just say, okay, well, no one's looking. Just going to drop these guys inside your base and delete everything. Very cheeky, I know. But such is the way of Zinch. Just when you think you know what's going on, boom, you don't. Oh, but that's a good defense. Now they've got to turn their attention back over onto their side. They're going to lose a lot of their anchorages, which is going to be a real pain for them. They're relatively cheap at the beginning of the game, but the more you build, the more expensive they get. Land Raider Phoebus also coming in, but the tank versus a whole bunch of pink horrors you do not want. And now the Praetorians are on their own. Oh, they've got the Orc Commanders just taking care of these Fire Warrior teams pretty nicely. Access to their own big shooters, and they're also infiltrated. Mutilators going toe-to-toe with the Blue Scribes, the Heralds of Zinch. Sadly, the Mutilators can't waft their arms high enough to stab away at these Hellblades. What can I say? It's the problem of being 5'10". You're practically a midget. There we go. Defense. I mean, it's taken a lot out of them. So the Northern team on quite a nice footing here. You have Mr. Shahal, Talon Master, wonderful duelist, capable of taking on quite a fair few enemy commanders, I do have to say. Also able to join the Raptors for jumping around and stuff. Got Terminator veterans, they are exciting. They're the same model as everyone else, or... Yeah, but you've got the nice little boomy rocket things on your back. It's pretty nifty. Here's a Demon Prince of Zinch. Big old chicken wings. Powerful sorcery magic. A boom, but he's... I mean, just look at the speed on that boy. Like a blue Usain Bolt. Blue Usain Bolt, if you will. And it's just madness. There's just engagements going on all over the place. Got some pink nonsense going on with these guys. Not sure what that means. Probably some sort of combat stimulant, I imagine. But it must be so annoying knowing that there's a dude here, but you can't see him. Very frustrating indeed. Airstrike. See an airstrike flare? What does that mean? Where are you? Oh, you're there. So I assume that means that an airstrike's incoming. Keep your eyes on that. Or was it just lies? There you go. The Shadow Sword. With, oh, just look at that. Beautiful. I know the United Kingdom does not exist in the 41st millennium. I like to think that its spirit does, you know? Unread Firmus being chased after by the Demon Prince, but the Demon Prince is being shot up by whatever you... Was that a tank commander firing at him? Or was that the Shadow Sword? Either way, that's a good way to kill a Demon Prince. Just cannon him in the face. Whirlwind surrounded by wolves. Mighty teeth. Chewing through its haunches. And the Whirlwind is probably going to go down. There we go. Dreadnought being brought forth. No, we've got me. You're just been left over here. Fair enough. Just chilling out over there. That's okay. You know, maybe he doesn't want to get involved in combat. Would probably be quite handy in popping him in with... I mean, do you have any other units at the moment? Oh, you've got some over here. Yeah, you've got your Obliterator Squad. Not sure if you can attach Llewellyn, or whatever your name is. I'm going to call him Llewellyn. His name is too hard to pronounce, but I do know a Welshman called Llewellyn, so that's your name now forever. I do apologise for any law inaccuracies there, but, you know, I'm just one boy trying his best. Leave me alone. Got the Wulfen being chased away. These guys are basically your possessed marines or the Space Wolves. That's in a very similar manner, although they don't fire from their mouths, as that would be heresy. They don't miss that. I mean, just check out their arms, man. They do their bicep curls, and they all look like the bloody... Who's that guy who plays blooming... What's his face? The Seaman from Marvel, or the other one with Superman in it. You know what I mean? Aquaman, that's his name. That dude. Jason Momoa. Jason Samosa. Whatever his name is, I'm close. His name is on the tip of my tongue. I think. Maybe. But quite a few Terminators from the Space Wolves. As the Predators are being chased away. They lack the numbers to take on the sheer amount of heavy infantry. We're not seeing much tanks from Archangel here. But he's just focusing on getting as many big guns out as humanly possible. Wolfen leading the charge. A chaplain going toe-to-toe with them. Not sure if he's able to take them all on by himself. Over here, we do have the Praetorian Guard continuing to push on in. Commandos decapping things. Obliterator Squad from Eri doing some stuff. Horrors there. Stuff on the back lines. Can they take out the tank commander? A fair good amount of damage against him. Also got Araman the Exile doing some shenanigans. What spells he is summoning forth, I do not know. He's got quite an impressive spell book. I do believe that is a selection of... Oh, God, it's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 spells, I think? If I'm counting my little squares down here, but you can't see them because I've got the advertisement down here. By the by, buy my book. Look at the advertisement. Ooh. Buy the book, it's rate good. It's got good reviews on Amazon. Follow the links in the description below. Shadow Sword. Oh no, the might of the United Kingdom of Northern Ireland, Great Britain and Gibraltar. Someone save him. There we go. That's a lot of bombardments coming in. Beautiful stuff. All commandos doing what they can. Have a second Demon Prince of Zinch over here. And it does... Yeah, the HQ has gone down. Have you got any more builders? That's my question. Yes, oh, you've got a cheeky Frau Wizard over yonder. We'll be able to get your HQ back if you so wish. But we'll need to see some support, but the Space Wolves aren't coming in for anything. They've tasted blood in the water. They're determined to go forth, but walking into an orbital bombardment, that's not going to do their Ceramite armour any good. A Company Master, as well as some Assault Tenant veterans. Just look at that Crozius. Let's have a quick gander at these boys. Absolutely loving. Right, it's given me... Oh, I know that Arthas did not have a mace, but it's making me think of his helmet. You know the dude from the Wrath of Lich King, you know that guy. Surely you must have played Warcraft 3, Frozen Throne. Definitely the best version of it. RPR saying, I believe it's GG. Don't. It's such a negative philosophy, young man. Look at that Stormhammer and the Shadow Sword. I mean, that's just a ridiculous amount of guns. That's what we like. Praetorian Guard. Yeah, I think that, don't get me wrong, wonderful push. You've pushed all these guys back over here, but you have lost all your boys. And I think maybe coming to your lads' defences, the good thing about the Southern team is that every time one of their players was suffering from a push into their base, they just basically came over and helped each other. But on the Northern team, not the same level of stuff. Same level indeed. Predator in fairness, and a Death Sworn Pact. What are you? You are... Oh, you look like a bunch of chaplains. Fair enough. Being surrounded by some infiltrated raptors. Don't do you any favours. Won't do you any favours at all. And that is Thousand Sons been taken care of. Good night, sweet prince. Tower Empire, though, they're not going to give up. Neither are Space Wolves. They're going to fight to the very bitter end. He says, come on, Fire Warriors. Oh, dear. Oh, dear, oh, dear. You know, there's something... Normally, I'd say, you know what? Let's not see the suffering of the players. Let's just end it here. But I do quite like the idea of watching two Praetorian tanks storming into a tower base. Oh, you tease. Oh, dear, oh, dear. We'll enjoy watching a bunch of tower being blown to smithereens by Praetorians. Oh, I suppose we've got the Space Wolves to, I don't know, maybe do a mountain epic defense. They've got the turrets for it. They've got the remnants of their fighting. Let's watch it from their perspective, shall we? They've got $1 million money. They could probably fund an entire 1 versus 3 by all by themselves at this point. But you see, without their scrap being stolen, they won't be able to get that many vehicles out. Which I think, yeah, we are seeing a lack of vehicles from the Space Wolves in this engagement. Praetorians now coming in. Won't be able to see these halls of knowledge or these wolf dens until someone with a pair of spectacles comes on in for the Ravenwing Vengeance. Oh, look at that disco going on. What's the function of that? I don't know, but it's cool. Welcome to the Disco of Fallen Angels. I imagine these guys will probably be really into heavy EDM. Some gothic synth wave, possibly. I'll have to get the AI music on into that. By the by, if you're not aware, I've started becoming an AI music man to occasionally upload something when I've got time. I'm not don't get me wrong, are the songs perfect? Absolutely not, but they're surprisingly good for what they are. I take no credit for their quality. It's just purely machines at this point. Abominable intelligence to carry us all into a symphonic future. Yeah, the Iron Priest goes down. Why are you not dead? Are you building something else up? No, it's your last Iron Priest over here. And what? Did you just not die? Do the Space Wolves live eternal? You've got no recruitment buildings. Or is it just annihilation? You're alive until everything is dead. Okay, right, well, we'll call it there. So, yeah, cheers, boys, for sending that game in. And if you want to support the channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you once a game a week. And there is also a Discord, where Discord things happen. Links in the description as always. I'm Mr. Slandshark. Pleasure as always, never short. And I'll see you in a bit. Peace.